line area, the little bits we get of this roster at Blast events,
Yes.
they don't drop the ball.
That's true. But I will say that they want this, okay? And the reason they want this is because what was their last big result? It was Dallas, of course, where they were the home favorites.
Yes, sir.
And what have they got on the horizon if they get through the showdown?
Washington.
Another NA crowd.
Yeah, that's right. Droves of Americans in Dallas chanting USA for Cloud9. Easy bomb plant goes in for Copenhagen Flames, losing a single body off of the lane peak. They're all bottled up, though. Bit awkward. TMB's able to fight his way out. Still, retake very much underway. This is a weird one. CTs basically have the bomb site, but because that plants over towards ramp, a smoke grenade really makes it awkward. We've got a guy in cave just hiding, bullets whizzing beyond Buster. It's a body block that doesn't even end up stopping damage. 7 players, 6 now alive at the end of the round. Defuse for Cloud9's pistol win.
It was an interesting concept because they decided to plant in the corner by Banana. Now, of course, because that's naturally smoked off, there's still a chance to get spam through it. So that was the upside. But it does recognize the fact that it is really hard to play the post plant in the site, and you're almost always going to be pushed back. And
that generally bodes well for the teams to get side by side for these kinds of events. And even though those guns were good, ooh, did they get chopped down by NaVi's MP9. Nice and easy does it. C9 take the life out of the deep CT push. And now TMB and Farley left to pick up scraps.
So what I was banking on was the post-event depression, okay, the PED of Cloud9 coming off this big LAN and having a world where, yes, they have enough experience online, but really recent. I think Flames, this is just where they live right now. So giving them a small edge from that perspective, of course. I think the odds are very fair. 6-1 makes a lot of sense. But I think for sure, just like the complexion of the original quote-unquote Flames lineup with niko and Hooksy on it, they have made some really apt roster decisions in terms of picking up players who we'd like to see him show that he's back.
A welcome addition.
Yes.
Right back into the same pocket. Bird from Sky. As all of a sudden, Cade is compromised, turns back, drops bomb at least. And longside cleared out by TMB. Took them a while to get there, but Shiro is here as well. And Shiro saves the day for Cloud9. That's a consistency. 7 seconds to that clock. Bird from Sky, covered by Farley. Cloud9 cleared out, and the Copenhagen Flamme are on the board.
Excuse me, it's pronounced Copenhagen Flamme?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Did I mispronounced the Flamme?
You used way too many letters.
My bad.
Trying to pronounce that. So, great round from TMB. This is a guy who was on a couple of players' bold predictions. I believe it was in 2020. I can remember New Korea. I can't remember who else.
Ooh, Farley gets a sitter. I didn't see a flash with that or anything. Just a close peek by Buster. They want that gun back. Farley would see it in a second. There's the flash. Look at the effect it has.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to throw the flash because then they know you took it wounded now.
Blinding flash. Nafin double kill at the front side of the cave. An individual who takes a lot of responsibility onto himself in terms of aggression through cave on Ancient. And I feel like if we go back to that Rio quarterfinal.
This kill from Bird from Sky, it's huge for Rouse. I mean, he has an open plant now, and he can take his time with it. Smokes him out of cave, has enough utility to get this bomb down safely, maybe get to a good spot. We'll see how they approach.
Round's live. Nafini's aggression caught out. Rolls over top of that fire. Smoke deep as well. Things now getting a bit awkward. Cave presence, of course, here from Hobbit, but it is smoked for the time being. That util that covered the plant now comes up. We've got Bird from Sky deep. We've got Rawls committed in the corner. Hobbit crossed. Was it spotted? Rawls able to react. Traits there from him.
This duel's about as old as time these days, but we'll see if Hobbit can out-timing Bird from Sky. We saw him get a key kill in this position earlier. His gun will be sticking out. Yeah.
Sitting duck. Dead. Borup tries to respawn. Oh. And still it goes unspotted. TMB creeps close. Catches Nafini. Down he goes. 30 seconds left. Gap on that. Frag for the deep player. And sure enough, that is where Buster resides. Sits back. Shiro lands another shot on Borup, and Buster's able to finish it. Another couple bodies lining up for the M4, and the ominous op still a threat with bomb down, creeps back in, and Farley straight up op to a big pickup from him, pushes Axile to the clutch.
Killing Shiro, even if you have a massive advantage, is such a sight for sore eyes. So really well done there from Farley. And Axile puts together a little damage in the 1v2.
Nade indicates the route that he's coming in from. We've got Farley still leaning back on the ramp. Little peek out from TMB. Now even closer to being killed.
But TMB knows he's already got rid of his HE. He's got no molly to use. He can stick into this position.
Axile's going to grab the AWP and just concede this. Copenhagen Flames with another late round squeeze into the B site. Finds NaVi on his own. He's not able to hold off on that cave play. TMB point blank with a big pickup. Yeah. Critical 2 kills this round.
You can almost get the impression right there that NaVi realized he wasn't in a good spot, and he didn't have a smoke for cave so that he had freedom of movement. When they mollied behind him, of course, you know, he could have played the right or the left side and got cleared incorrectly, and then it would have been a 1-for-1 trade, but TMB is so aware of how he'd want to do it. Now, in this spot as well for Bird from Sky, I think you have to take the risk of not worrying about Donut in that spot for your gun not to stick out, because there's always going to be that battle. And we saw that Cloud9 lost window control in the previous round. They end up losing the round. So, of course, Hobbit is going to make sure no lurk like that can happen again. But it looks like both teams have the right idea. However, Copenhagen Flames now have won 4 rounds in a row.
Ancient T-side starting to take off. There's the off. Oh, and the Deagle nearly 90 damage out of Axile. Hobbit CZ frag in mid. How's that go down? Bird from Sky looks like he's in the middle of that smoke on his own, just pressed into Hobbit. So while the Deagle kill doesn't go the way of C9, they get the recovery elsewhere.
Yeah, they're actually routing Buster back to mid. Or sorry, Shiro with this op. And it's such a nice rotation to help Hobbit fall back into the site, worry about long. And now they're in 2 completely different positions. Going to be very hard to find these 2. Now the full A hit. This might actually pay off. But we'll see what kind of nades they're going with, because they're not throwing any set utility from outside of the site.
I don't hear laundries and I don't hear production.
Hobbit stay minimal, Hobbit.
Yeah, yeah. Of course,
Just
there's
him.
2 mollies here.
Oh, comes out, swings for the headshot.
Ooh, the bomb's up there now.
Comes out for another and gets away. Hobbit diving into the cover, leaves that little bit of health left on Rawls. Not enough, so there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Bomb even stuck inside the grass.
Like the most awkward place. Like only Monacy could get that bomb back. He'd find a way though. Oh my god. Oh, that's a jump scare.
Plus money.
Yeah, lots of money with the op found. Well done from Cloud9 here with not much to work with. Some very smart rotations and good plays around the smoke. We can see Hobbit. Wow, very tricky from him. So it can be so important to play up close against your smokes because you're unlikely to get flashed. You also can stop people from getting out of the smokes while they can't see and you can see them. So the game is all tied up. The Flames have had a good track record on rounds like these, but they've got a slightly worse buy.
Trade's good. Holds off that first immediate wave, and now we get the delayed continuation. Woo. Easy.
There, but you're never fast enough to get that.
Right.
And somebody's always flashing by, so T's not going to take that duel.
Not going to happen here, Hobbit. One step further back from the corners that he has been in.
That was so smart. I mean, he played close to the door just to hear that flash.
Farley will catch Buster coming down the ramp, though. Shiro's cover from behind. No trade yet. But, man, there are bodies to bag just around that corner. If they go for the double peek lower... No, he's ready for the boost up. Oh, what? Farley just slides in.
Man.
Insta headshot on the op. Pressure now onto Hobbit. What seems like a takeable B site. TMB didn't go deep. He didn't clear it. The plant's in the open. Nice target prioritization. Hobbit swings for another, but Farley's going to keep them in this. Peeking deep and dying. Axile's off. The second for C9. Able to slow things down yet again. Borup into the clutch, 57 health, bomb out in front of him, wary of the threat from behind. Now he knows both positions, but clipped by Axile. Nice opping out of C9's best rifleman.
Ah, it's an unforced error, isn't it? The shallow clear from TMB cost them 2 players, including no bomb plant. And that could have been a winnable clutch even if they got that bomb down, but Hobbit just not getting clear. But look at this shot, man. The fact that he can be faster than Shiro in this spot is unreal to me. So that you just don't see Shiro lose, ever. You know, we don't need much.
That's fair. Very fair. NaVi will be caught out. Dangles yet. Shiro. Oh man.
That was
millimeters off the collateral.
Yeah.
Axile immediately turns it back towards Donut. Gets the dink on Rawls. Can't manage the kill. A jump across the op. One body called. Buster's presence unconfirmed, but it is 2 CTs deep on Temple. Good Molotov there. Makes sure that they can't rush in.
They're playing prime optimal positions here, and there's not any smoke for Donut, so you would think this is an unlosable post plant.
You'd think. You'd think. A bit more damage on TMB. No immediate kill out of Buster. Now that Hobbit's been shaved
Farley.
off. This one's looking like it belongs to the Flames. 2 ops to close out of Farley.
He's having a great match. You know, Farley's story is about proving that he was more than the player that he was used as on Astralis. And I think I actually did a real study into Farley to figure out whether or not he was used well on Astralis. And I came in expecting to find that Farley wasn't good enough to play in Tier 1. But what I found was that he got hung out to dry in a lot of maps. I think they were using him in ways that he was either too aggressive for the way the rest of the round was going to be played, or not aggressive enough, and it felt like the communication was really bad. But he was always used as the opener in a lot of situations, so I was pleasantly surprised.
Oh, that's awkward. Farley like half in, half out, kind of smoked, but not really. Ogle gets the better of him. And Shiro traded out top mid in an instant. Now, Molly blocks the lane fight, except it gets put out by the smoke.
It's nice, though, to get the opper down.
True enough.
With window control, because now you can, put a lot of pressure. So Hobbit very smartly. It's an extra guy, pushes in. However, his own teammate's Molly. Now, I don't think he could have told his teammate that he was going to push that smoke and make that play.
Fair. Oh, but Rawls comes out, kills Axile. Hobbit's been left awkwardly in the middle, deep inside of the spawn. They're recovering this. And then another smoke to deny them off of the reload. But NaVi a bit too late. TMB's got the gun cocked and loaded, and now we've got 14 health between 2 of the players on the Copenhagen Flames. Buster in a 1v3. This felt like it was Cloud9's wrapped up.
Yeah, when Shiro got the trade and it was 4v3, but again, when they got that... Oh, that gun is sticking out a bit, and Farley will take advantage, I think.
Too sharp at the moment. To miss ones like that. NaVi in the open. Support from Hobbit over towards Long.
And now they take over cave behind NaVi.
That last volley of util starts to come out. NaVi caught between 2. Oh, back turn from Farley. Rawls does get the trade frag. Then we get the Shiro AWP off the mark. Frag grenade, will it do damage? Somewhat. But remember, Axile, 2 HP off of that opening duel on lane. Molotov to burn Borup into the open. Shiro's going to capitalize on that moment as Rawls doubles back around in through cave. Molly in front of him, has to hold off. Bomb on his side of the pillar, and Axile, this close to death, is going to go in first. He gets cleaned up. Shiro misses the first shot, and we'll have a chance at only one more.
Oh, he's calling him out.
Faked. And Shiro comes off it a second time, gets the pick, jumps back on top of Bomb with time, I believe, to close out this half. 9-6, C9, but still some life out of the Copenhagen Flames.
And the rounds they won, I mean, they got an eco loss in there that kind of screwed their money up, but they actually won quite a few rifle rounds. And this is all despite losing the pistol. So, well, Counter-Strike is a 2-side game. We'll see how their CT side looks now. Heavy lean on this B side. Expectant of it. And I think correct. I'm just trying to make sure no weird kills happen.
Nothing looking likely. Double long lean, plus TMB all the way in the back. So we got CTs in the crevices in all the corners. And the only thing getting cracked is the heads of Cloud9. Pistol prowess. out of the defense here. Shiro's P250 getting swarmed as he runs. Oh, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Now he's got to reload. He's down. Farley holding on the doorway.
We'll see. He played close right last time.
Man,
We'll see if he clears close right as well.
30-second crunch. Smoke's going to force NaVi's hand. He goes right through, doesn't clear it.
A very good smoke. Oh, a kill. That helps out a touch, but
Is that enough?
24 seconds.
Is that enough to get the commitment in? Can they justify the push now? Because we've got Buster top of the ramp. Only 5 bullets left in that mag. Oh, it's enough. Just enough. And Axile's going to plant the bomb with 10 seconds to spare. They're in on this. 3v3. Retake by a way of one smoke. Axile's AK shreds 2. And TMB tasked to clutch. Not going to happen. Axile from inside sight with big impact.
Not bad. That's not bad. I mean, that is a great position Copenhagen Flames found themselves in. But the one trade from Shiro through the smoke, and then the unbelievable rifle support there from Axile utility. They're still using a lot of it early on.
Here it is. Oh, Hobbit's got one. But the bodies are there for C9. More to come here from the Copenhagen Flames. Bird from Sky. Can he get the second? No, they're exposed. Axile gets the better of both.
Oh, that late attack through elbow.
Damn, right? 1 for 1, back and forth the entire time until Axile's the guy that goes above and beyond and bests both. Borup tries to give chase. Axile on such little health that he just has to run away.
Oh my God.
Borup is not going to let off. Pedal to the metal on the flank, and he finds Axile trying to hide inside that corner. Smoke goes down from Borup. He fights beyond it. No! He connects to Buster's head.
All because he moved fast. If you let that 2v1 settle and they have that smoke up, I mean, maybe he has no chance of retaking it. But with the speed he brought, he scared Shiro into playing in that corner, and that was just enough. He ran.
Cloud9. Ooh, trying to squeeze into the A site off the flashes, which blind both ends. NaVi being a playmaker at the moment from top mid. We've got fights all over the place. Impossible to keep track, but they drop that bomb, and that should make the difference. It is not Borup, but Hobbit in a 1v2. Late mid play smoked off, and they're going to go clear A main while that smoke is up.
Oh, and it looks like they're going to take this big box along with long. Oh, no, both doubling up. Now, this does create a gap for the bomb to get picked up. When we see situations like this where you're going to patrol a position and keep eyes on it, but I don't know if Borup's got a hard angle right now. It looks like he might. And actually, yeah, this might be a great idea. Oh no, he doesn't have a hard angle. He's going to give it up. So this is where it gets scary, you know. Hobbit's a high IQ player. What can he do with this space?
Smoking off CT first. Tap.
Oh, I think this gives the Flames
into cover.
a bit of an advantage.
Run.
Oh, now he'll pull back.
Hobbit.
He smells it.
High IQ player.
He said that was stinky. I'm out of here.
Yeah. He's going to siphon up some utility on the run over. Drops a smoke just to ensure there's no fast flank. As per Borup's last round clutch, Hobbit's got himself the post plant. Now, uncertain as to whether there was a CT mid. Everything's a possibility. Let's see if he's got the individual aim to drop both of the Flames. Through smoke, they'll come. Oh, first one so clean. Takes 33 damage, not a problem. And Borup just looked away. Nicely done from Hobbit. Back-to-back 1v2s, but one per team.
The thing was, the rotation came in through Donut from Bird from Sky, right? If he rotated through CT, that's Hobbit's exit route and a very decent retake position. But instead, they were hoping that bomb wouldn't have escaped, and we see that situation happen time and time again. So I would say, you know, it's not a
bunch of CTs stacked outside of the site, but with no vision on either of these two lanes. Tough stuff. Can't stop plant. Man advantage taken away, but it's not a double out of Hobbit. Shiro looking to make the difference here, and sure enough, he will. Catching Bird from Sky in the corner, taking this to the 3v2, and setting up Buster and Shiro to close it with ease. Wow. Cloud9, 15.
That was an open and shut case, so they get it. And that's all they need to know. All the back spots ready to
freeze them up to go back towards CT.
Yeah.
You can see Copenhagen Flames now concerned about middle, but nobody's got their guard up. Oh, they line up for him as well. Clean double kill out of Hobbit, equalizing into the 3v3.
Oh,
That's an odd one because Bomb is still sat outside of middle. nafany gets out from A main, taking duels inside of the site. Buster can go grab that bomb, but he's going to have to be quick about it. And because they just lost mid control, understandably cautious, can he make it to a site and plant?
I don't think there's a way that he can win this round now. He's going to brute force into it. I mean, he could run B, maybe. I don't think so.
No.
He's going to fall.
Well, in fact, he was literally on it, so...
Oh, timing miss. They're going to set up nades. Shiro drops his guard for 1 second.
Oh, but they react. And Hobbit from the back line, the third player outside of doorways, gets both the kills on ramp.
Now, that was set up by a flash, so there's still a guy in B that has up-to-date information. But they won't know or be less prepared, obviously, for an A play. And the Flames are assuming that it's just going to be a late re-attack on this side of the map. We haven't seen much success in the retakes here for the Flames, so this could be it if they're not careful. They've also got an op here, and they're too slow to re-clear the B site. Don't want to call this one too soon, but it's going to be difficult.
How many nail-biting rounds are we going to have to get through? Damn, they're going to spend time trying to grab a bit more kits.
Yeah.
All right. And then it's a sprint.
They're going to have to kind of brute force this, so Hobbit knows they'll be running.
It's like a CS triathlon. First grab util, then make the sprint, and then somehow pull off the clutch. And Hobbit's flashbang's going to get him around the donut, but he doesn't find himself favorably in the kill feed. A walk away from Axile to get around the corner.
And there's still a smoke.
And they've got the kits because they picked that up. Now they know where Axile's at. It's him versus Farley, trying to keep them alive and spam through smoke to close it. Cloud9 will get Ancient in their back pocket. They'll deny the Copenhagen Flames an opening map win, but one where I'd say there is life on this. Copenhagen Flames with some quality Counter-Strike, winning a couple rounds where they shouldn't, making C9 sweat. And that bodes well for this one best of 3 that we could get from them. We'll see you after a break for Vertigo.